Hey, Coach Miller here with BTB Lax. I'm in the BTB Lax studio. Finally got it set up where I can break down some film, do some cool stuff with some annotations and whatnot. Real quick, guys, if you like these types of videos, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to have a lot more videos coming out. And also, if you're looking for some free training, I put together a free training series. I'll send it right over to your email. All you have to do is click the link right in this video, put in your email, and I'll send it right over. All right. So let's dive into some clips here. The first clip I want to show is Delaware's first goal, basically 5 minutes into the game. So here we see, we're going to see this all game long where Delaware is targeting the short stick defenders of Georgetown. And they do the same thing right here. It causes a goal, it leads to a goal for Delaware. We're going to have a wing dodge here, which he's trying to create something, but basically he's just working around, seeing what happens the next time the ball gets to him. So now that same guy who dodged from the wing is now dodging from behind the cage right here. And a lot of times when this happens in lacrosse, there's going to be like when there's an invert, basically when there's a short stick defender behind the cage guarding, you know, a dodger. A lot of teams have a designated slide guy and then they zone up the top. And I'll show you what I mean. So here, what looks like the case is Bowen, 99, is the designated slide guy. And then these guys are zoning up the remaining atop, across the top. So here, the short stick defender is playing pretty good D. Slide's never really drawn, but Bowen was kind of in between here where there was a window, and it was a great pass and finish for a goal. So you can kind of see, we look at that again. Good defense. I mean, these guys can throw good passes. I mean, he almost picks it off, but he doesn't. Catches it, catch, finish, goal. 1-0 Delaware. All right, here's another cool angle looking at it. I'll play it in full speed first. Just gives you a cool another vantage point there. And now let's break it down a little bit from what we see. So, I mean, the short stick D midi, he's playing good. He's playing good D. Good physical defense. You can see Bowen is thinking about going, but not. He's kind of, you know, ball watching a little bit. Didn't know that his guy. He looks at his guy there. And he hasn't looked at his guy until he drifted all the way down there. So he actually didn't know where he was. So he was just ball watching there. And Delaware's able to catch and finish. And you can kind of see how all these Delaware players up here are bunched together, just kind of isolating what they're trying to get. All right, let's look at some more clips here, and we'll dive right into it. All right, so here we go. Delaware possession. Ball's up top. Little dodge against number 13 for Georgetown. His name is Zach Geddes. He's from Massachusetts. He's actually a inside lacrosse first team All-American short stick defender. Like I said, Delaware went after the defenders all day long on this. The short stick defenders all day long. So here we just have, you know, all defense is taught that you got to keep these guys down the side. Like once you let the ball carrier get across the center of the field, that screws up a lot of things like the slide package, all sorts of team defensive concepts. So you want to force him down that way. So this guy should be, you know, playing him more towards, you know, the corner of the field. But instead, he's able to get to that center of the field. I mean, he's still got to, you know, he still has pressure on him. And he just has a great lefty hand shot with a goal. I mean, that goal is probably 10 yards, 10, 11 yards away from the cage. Just a good shot. I mean, Delaware is determined in this game. You'll see that they score. I mean, Georgetown, too. You're going to see a goal by Bundy coming up where he was absolutely clobbered and he finished as well. But Delaware, throughout the course of this game, just passed the ball extremely well and attacked the short stick D middies. And that ended up being the decisive factor for Delaware winning this ball game. Here we go. So Georgetown has the ball, 4-1 Georgetown. They need to make something happen. They do tie the game up. They ended up going up by 2 later in the second half. So here we just have just a great pass. So you can kind of see. Make it a little bit bigger for you. It's coming across. That's Trippy with the ball. He played at Bullis. We actually played against him back in the day when I was coaching. I still coach Gonzaga, but just look at that feed. So here you can see a little bit of ball watching here. We saw that with the first goal that Georgetown gave up. So this guy, his eyes are facing this way. He's not looking at his man, who you can see just basically goes right to that where he's not looking, gets around to that layup position, stick up, catch, finish, ball watching goal. Just a great feed there. We'll slow it down for you a little bit. Looks like he's going to shoot, but just passes. Good non-selfish play. Boom. Goal. 4-2. All right. So here we go. Georgetown's got the ball. That's 9. That's Bundy right there. You're going to see him just sustain dodge all day long. I mean, that's good defense. And then you can see at the last minute. So he's bodying him up. He's bodying him up on his hands. They let him play in the college game. And then right here, you're going to see he goes over the head. And then is able to get, I'll slow that down for you. He's going to go over the head. Boom. Look at that balance that he has. He literally holds himself up with his left hand. He's basically on the ground and scores. That's an unbelievable goal. He has another one coming up too, which is just... So here you can kind of see another angle, just how physical these guys are playing. I mean, he's up on his shoulder too. I mean, you could even call a penalty for that. We see that a couple times with this guy. He's just getting whacked. He's down, holds himself up, and then he gets that goal. All right. All right, Delaware has the ball. So 13. Here they have 2 shorties behind. All right. So they have 2 shorties behind. That's a double invert. So they're attacking the short stick defenders, which I've been talking about. And no pick there, just kind of playing off each other. Get the ball back up top. Now it's still an invert. We still have an invert here. There's that 13, that guy I was talking about, Zach, who was, inside lacrosse, first team All-American short stick defender. So he's had a hell of a year. And then he's just dodging. Like we see Drew Linkaitis had a huge game, and we see him just go to the cage. And there isn't a slide there. He's able to get top side. So when I say that, what I mean is top side is basically when Drew is able to get above Zach. All right. So a lot of times, like Zach should try to get there and push him back behind the cage. So if they have any sort of a slide, it would come across that way. But as soon as you get up top here, then stuff gets complicated from a team defensive standpoint. And it's just a great shot. So decent defense. It just, as soon as he gets that step above GLE, he's wrapping around and shooting it. Actually, I had a shot just about that on my YouTube channel that I have a link for right here in the corner of this video that you can check out to teach you how to shoot that shot. And it's used all the time in high-level high school and in the college game and in the pros. And you should learn it too. All right, this is that goal I was talking about where we have Bundy again. It's just a beast. Just doesn't go down. Just a physical game all around. So there you see it. I'll play it once full speed, then we'll break it down a little bit. All right, let's make this a little bit bigger. So you see Bundy's dodging a long pole. Long pole's all over him. He's actually up in his neck, which we'll see on the next angle, where they could have easily called a penalty. He's in his head right there. He gets through that. 4 guys are on him right now. 4 guys. He just shows you how strong he is, and he's just finished. He doesn't even go down. Able to finish that goal. So, I mean, he wanted this game. And, I mean, there was both just a real physical game. So here you can kind of see what I was talking about, how he's like right in his head. He's up in his head right there. No penalties called. Still gets through it. Unbelievable goal. Second one of the day like that. All right, next play here is just a huge change in momentum. So here we have Georgetown up by 2 with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. And they have a great opportunity to score, but they don't get the shot off. So let's take a look, and then we'll see what happens. So here Georgetown has the ball. And he just drags it a little bit too long. You see he gets through there. If he could just shoot it there, great. But then he drags it again, able to let that trail check come. The ball's on the ground. Delaware comes up with it with a kind of a lucky bounce. They come down. Now they get their guys on. They're playing some offense. They dodged, high percentage shooting opportunity from Georgetown with that last second trail check. And now we have our boy, Drew, initiating a lot of stuff. And Delaware just passed the ball well. So here we have it. Getting the ball behind. All these defenders are kind of sagged down, paying attention to what's going on there. Ball comes across the top, over the top for a great catch and finish. All right, so now we're at 7-6 Georgetown. We've got a little bit of time left in the third quarter. Let's see what we got. Georgetown's going to score again here. Just a little bit of a pick here. So all this is real simple. It's just like kind of a two-man game. They just pass down. They come in, set that screen. So you can kind of see this guy passes it. Then he comes, curls, and sets a pick. And just cause a little bit of a window for the ball carrier to get a great shot. No slide. So if we look at that, and this play does some cool things because it makes it hard to identify the one slide. If we see it, so here we are, and we have Georgetown guys up here, and then we have some Georgetown guys here and behind the cage. So these guys they're kind of taking these two guys are spread out, and these two guys are spread out. So either one of these guys needs to be the one, or one of these guys needs to be the one, but it's hard to decipher who that is, and nobody goes. And Georgetown has a clear path to the goal, and they score. Picks with spacing create good offense in lacrosse. This next goal is unbelievable. I'm sure it was on ESPN. So here we have Georgetown with the ball. I mean, that was good offense. Just a great save. The goalie played great for Delaware, too. So, I mean, pass, bank. Look at that pass. I mean, that's just a great pass. He just knows he's there, turns and fires. I mean, we've seen similar shots like that go in all season long for Georgetown, but not here. Delaware gets the ball back, down by 2, about midway through the fourth quarter. They're getting their guys on, and you can see here they're dodging, kind of like disguising like they're getting out of that invert set, or they are in the invert set now. So they play this invert a lot. That's a short stick defender. We have a ball carrier behind at X. Some, motion up top, which just cuts. And it's just unbelievable. Look at that. There's just a lefty behind the back goal. Boom. I'll make it a little bit bigger for you. Just an unbelievable shot. Unbelievable shot. So if we rewind that back to the beginning of the play, where Georgetown had this great look and the save, and we come down to that, I mean, that's a momentum killer. So now it's a 1-goal game. We got our boy Drew again on the swim move and creating some space. And for the goal, I mean, goes right over him. Boom. pings it. All right, so we have a tie ball game here. Georgetown turned the ball over, gave Delaware the ball back with a little bit less than a minute left, and then they got a great look. So they inverted again like they had been doing all game long. Just dodging up top, like a little commotion up top. And boom, just left him wide open. And he shoots there and scores. All right, so there you have it. Delaware took down Georgetown in the first round. They took advantage of that invert offense. They attacked the short stick defenders. They made some great passes, and they took down the Hoyas in the first round of the NCAA tournament. If you like this video, like I said, go ahead and like it. I'm going to have more of these types of videos. I'm just getting, equipped with all the technology and how to do it all seamlessly. And also, if you're looking for some free training, I put together a series. I can email it right to you, just into your email, right in the link to this video, and I'll send it right over. Talk soon. Coach Miller.